Hello traders, good day, Vladimir here. This is the live market review, 5th of July. One day after the Independence Day in the US and the celebrations, 4th of July. The next very thing the market is coming also from the US, and we are talking about the FOMC, of course. The entire market is looking for that to try and understand what's next, what's going to happen on the next rate decisions. So there are many things that are happening currently in the market, so let's start and cover them. New Zealand in the end, a pair that is still on a very critical levels of all these cycles. We have this and we have the bigger one from the daily. All that is a critical zone, and to make that a very powerful sign, the pair has to break below this trend line. Once it does, by ideal recreating the lower lows, then the doors should be opened for further and deeper continuation down. If the price does not hold from here, the next place would be the 161.8 of the weekly cycle, and that won't be far. That would be right here around the 84 zone. Both levels are critical. Both levels, current one, which is the 161 of the daily, and this one, both are very powerful, where from we would expect a really good pull back to happen for this pair. So watch it out and look for the setups for the sells there. Next one, cat franc rallied exactly as expected. Went a bit further. I was looking for the 074.40 zone. It went all the way to 074.70. But right now, I believe the pair should find the reasons to get us this correction, where from we would want to go and long again for the long run. Which brings me to the dollar Canadian, which is bouncing, as you can see here. Triple cycle, bullish divergence. Oh, sorry for the bad line. Bullish divergence here and here, a small one creating for us. Looks good, behaves good. There is a very good chance that the pair is for a correction to the upside. Weekly chart just created for us a convergence, which is another reason to look for the short-term rally before the sell continuation. So how do we apply this one? We have false break on a 4-hour chart right here. And there is one more false break, which is right here on the equal spots, distance, as you can see, between these three. Alternative trend line breakout. Looks wonderful. We needed to go above the level of 130.15, the last high, and then pull back, and we are after a short-term buys as per corrections. So watch this out. Looks very interesting as an opportunity to trade. There is one thing that is happening here, and currently we don't have the new highs on the 4-hour chart. That's where it becomes a bit tricky, but with the rally here, what could happen is it will turn to be the 1-hour chart cycle, convergence, pull back, and breakout, and then we can discuss about the longs. Okay, so watch this out. Very, very interesting. And the most interesting thing is the crystal ball that has for us a massive zone here. Despite the fact it says looking for sells, we are not looking for sells here for the reason that we are out of the trading channel and we are not above the channel on extremes like we are here. Okay, therefore we are good for buys. We didn't have any good predictors buys yet, but we do have a monster period. 4th would be the bottoms. Where the bottom was yesterday? 4th. That brings extra value points to the potential run rate to happen. And with the last events from oil, that's a very, very high probability that we are after corrections. Next one is pound yen. And this pair also is very, very interesting. I believe there is all the way for that to rally towards 150. And we are looking for as low as possible for this one to join the buys. That's a very good, very powerful magnet zone right there around 150, 151. Classical area. So we wanted to do 2 waves correction for us. It was a special cycle on the 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart cycles. So we either get into the range here and buy bottoms, or we are for 2 waves corrections back to the trend line and then for rallies. Every dip we get, we should be looking for the buys. Pound dollar, well, this one is a bit tricky, but again, for us it's only buys. We do have a bullish divergence here. We do have the 1-hour chart cycle. So what we are looking at is higher highs here, 2 waves correction and breakout. By doing that, we are very good for buys here. In case it breaks lower and doesn't respect this area, we are going for a bit deeper correction, which would be considered something like that. Then we are probably to 128.50 or 128 zone. Okay. Euro dollar, well, is not tradable from my point of view at that point, but the one that is very interesting right now, again, is the euro versus the pound. It broke this trend line, holding down and holding this range, very small range. Okay, this one and this one. Break below that and we can discuss about shorts while this top hold. If that's not about to happen and we retrace to the upside, break above the middle highs of the range, could hint that the pair would get a chance, attempt to rally towards the 089, 090 zone. Silver is approaching finally to the level we've been watching for a long time. We are talking about the 15 zone. This cycle, that's a real magnet. I would expect a massive action right from there. Watch that happening. New Zealandian dollar has to go below this area of the 0.7250, and then we can discuss about sell rallies as long as this top holds. If this top is broken, we are going for one further move, which is 0.74 plus. Aussie Kiwi currently doing nothing. We still want to see if we wanted to go above this high right here for buys. We couldn't get this high and we're going lower. So now we have 2 options. One, false breaks again on terms of range, or final move down towards 103 zone, complete the divergence and fly according to the daily cycles. So stay tuned for that. Look for the opportunities. It's not there currently, but it is certainly building up and it's interesting. Indices, well, I still want to see that going below this area to gain the momentum. But even if not, we had triple cycle on the 4-hour chart. 1, 2, 3. If we go for 2 waves correction and hold this high, we are after the breakout of this correction trend line, expecting that to go lower. Okay, both scenarios would be acceptable. And oil rallied beautifully, providing this great opportunity. Now into correction that could stop in the middle of this first leg up, or maybe by ideal provide us the last move down towards 40 or down to 38 zone before we are after massive ups again. Currently, while this top holds, we are for correction or like pullbacks or even new lows. For long run, we are only and only after buy opportunities. That's all before the FOMC. I'll see you again tomorrow, guys, with further updates and the directions after the FOMC. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day. See you tomorrow. Vladimir.